The use of the hatch tool in gCADPlus can sometimes get a little tricky. The important thing to recognise is that you need a closed shape in order to hatch. Let's go Draw and Hatch, and if we pick this circle and then hit Enter, load a hatch pattern first, then choose a pattern. I'll choose the solid pattern here and OK that, and the entity, in this case a circle, will be filled with whatever happens to be the current colour. Let's change the colour to red. Let's hatch entity here, which you notice over here is a closed polyline, so we should be able to hatch it. We can repeat the hatch, pick, hit enter and hatch it. Now red was our drawing colour, so it fills with red. But if we try and repeat the hatch on this polyline and enter and OK it, nothing happens. The reason the hatch fails is, if you look over here in the properties box, is that the polyline is not closed. We need to close it. You can just click in here and that closes it. Now let's repeat the hatch and we're done, and hatching works. So it's important to take note of the properties of the object that you are trying to hatch. Let's erase those. For example, if we were trying to hatch the outside, the shell, if you like, of a container in plan view, we could, let's change our drawing colour back to some sort of browny colour and hatch. We can pick the two entities this time and hit enter and we'll OK it, and this time the outer zone is hatched. We might wish to just regen the screen, pick that outer one and send it to the back, and we're done. Well, hatching doesn't always work as easily as that. Let's turn on a deck layer where we've got some more complicated geometry, and you can see we're running boards at different angles. If we apply the hatch command again, it would be nice to select entities and like so and try and hatch. Now it may work if we pick lines as the hatch pattern, there, and we'll set the hatch pattern at something like 5 and we'll OK it, and absolutely nothing happens because we don't have a closed shape or a couple of closed shapes. So the approach that you would use in a case like that is to create a polyline and a closed polyline at that around the area that you want. Now within a polyline you can run an arc option, and arcs are best drawn anti-clockwise. So if we start the arc command, draw arc, we'll use a start center end. So we'll start the arc at the end of this line here. The center will be the center of the circle, and then the end will be here. That puts an arc in that position, and then we could draw a polyline, or let's remove that arc and start the polyline command, draw polyline, and we'll start at the end here, and we'll right click and go into the arc mode. We'll click there for the arc, right click and go into line mode, scroll out a little, go to the end there, then another end, and finally right click and close the polyline. So we've closed it. So here's our polyline. Notice how the arc is way over here. So we can simply pick that midpoint of the arc and we can move it perpendicular to there. So now our arc runs over that area there. Do a quick check to make sure it's closed in the properties box, and then we can hatch it. So we hatch, pick the objects. gCADPlus remembers our previous scale. We want the boards to run vertically this time, so we'll say 90 and OK. And there is our container plant with some hatching. We'd want to make sure that all of the hatching is sent to the back, and of course it's the same colour. So I hope that gives you some insight into hatching in gCADPlus.